Welcome to the Dice Tower, a video cast about board games and the people who play them. This episode is a special episode covering the events of Origins 2009, a game convention in Columbus, Ohio. Join Tom Vasel and Eric Summerer as they take you on a tour of 5 great days of gaming.
All right, well, welcome back to the second half of our Wednesday report from Origins 2009. The big game, of course, is Dominion Intrigue, which is an expansion to Dominion, but a game in and of itself. When I saw Jay Temelson set one up halfway through the day, I literally ran over to get involved in it, and man, is it fun. Near the end of the day, I saw probably 6 or 7 of these games being played. It's certainly going to be the game of the convention. It's very interactive, very mean and nasty, lots and lots of fun. Even it comes with a little insert that you can stick in the box that shows you where to put the cards. In fact, the new version of the game will have that also. Lots of other games were being played over the course of the day. Many of the games were games that were given out as prizes, but there was just a lot of different games being played everywhere I go. I mean, if you wanted to play a game, all you have to do is pull it out, and somebody is likely to want to play that game with you. And this goes from war games to 2-player games to Euro games. There's just lots of different games, even games that were popular last year, or games that don't have as wide of a release as other games. You can pretty much find everything and someone willing to punch out the pieces of their game and play it with you. A lot of people are trying to win the Chairman of the Board award, in which you will fill out who won each game, put it in a box, and whoever wins the most games gets the Chairman of the Board award. I got it several years ago, and now I don't think I play enough games to get it. This is not the boardroom. This is downstairs in the open board gaming area. You see there's a lot of people there. You also see that they have a decent-sized library. It's not nearly as good as the Origins library, but there is a lot of games. And if you want to just get together and play games, you can come down here. And as you can see on Wednesday, it's starting to fill up. Then there's the Puffing Billy folk, and I go over and look at all the different training games that they have, and I'm sure more will be added to that. They have a board with a warning sign about the winner from last year, which I thought was pretty funny. But they have charts of when different games are being played, the different train games. And so if you like train games of all different sorts and sizes, the Puffing Billy tournament is going on, and you can see people here playing all different sorts of train games. Here in the forefront, we have the new train games, Chicago Express. In the back over there, you can see Ticket to Ride, lots of different games. The miniature hall is starting to fill up. Here you can see people getting the tables ready, and this will be even more impressive as the days go by. But I just like coming in here and looking at all the different terrain. There's just so much. I don't play miniature games much, if at all, these days, but still, there's no denying how, when you set up all these forces like those shown here arrayed before the castle, what an impressive feat that is. It's just really neat to see, and it makes you want to play. But you can go around, and it's almost like a museum, just looking at all the different setups going, and you can see just this is a huge table with this huge battlefield setup, and then even then in the background you can see other setups, and the guys are desperately working to get them ready in time. As the day wore by, I went back into the exhibition hall to see how things were coming along, and several of the booths are still getting ready. In fact, some of the exhibitors have not even shown up yet. Then I went back over to the boardroom, but on the way I passed here where they are playing different sword fighting type games, and I'm not sure exactly what it's, some sort of LARP. And, you know, the initial reaction is, oh, how geeky is this, and so on. But, you know, if I was a teenager, I would have loved this. You know, we ran around and hit each other with real sticks. You know, here where they have foam swords and stuff. And they seem to play very fair. You know, if they get hit in the leg, they act as if they got hit in the leg. And they're still going to be shouting, oh, you didn't hit me. Oh, that doesn't count, I suppose. But everybody involved looked like they were having a ton of fun. And, you know, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, I would have been all over this. Back in the registration area, this is near the late afternoon. You can see how there's a lot more people here now. Things are really starting to crank. There's just folks all over the place getting ready to come and play games. Then the Dice Tower staff went out to eat. Here you see Mark Zielinski and his family, and Jeff Engelstein from our show, and his family came on to eat. And here you see the side of Jim Reed, who does the show notes for the Dice Tower. And over on the other side, we see Joe Stedman and Brad Keane and Mary Prasad. And the back of Eric Summerer's head. I just had a good time meeting with all the folks, or many of the folks, I should say, who helped make the Dice Tower a great podcast. Here is one of the nominees for the Spiel des Jahres, Finca, and I played it. It has some really cool pieces, wooden pieces there, where you of different fruits, and it's a very, very simple game. I don't think it should win, but I enjoyed it. It was pleasant and fun, and it's one I think I could play with my family. And I just really like the really nice wooden pieces with the game. And as you can see, over the course of the game, you are acquiring fruit by moving around in a rondel. Then once you get different fruits, you can use tokens to sell those fruits to different regions. And when you sell fruit, you get a certain amount of points. And whoever gets the most points at the end of the game wins. Nothing deep, nothing great, but a fun game. I enjoyed it. Here's many of the games that they handed out at the end of the night. During the day, as they walk around in the boardroom, they'll give you tickets occasionally, and if you're lucky, near the end of the day, you might win one of these games. I didn't win, but no big deal. Lots of people came by and won different games, and you can see they were handing out quite a few of them. Here's the area where you check in and check out games. Lots of games in the library, and as you can see, as the night progressed, this is the outside area of the boardroom and war rooms, and you can see there's a lot of people here. Not tons of people, but that will happen over the next couple days. People playing everything from Teach You. So you can see lots of people playing different games. But I thought I would close this out by talking to the president of CABS, who runs the boardroom, Nathan Holm, and seeing what he has to say about the very first day of gaming.
The boardroom is the open gaming paradise of Origins. Here we have behind you, which you can't see yet, a 1,000+ title library of any game you can check out, take, play. We're also giving away these games you see behind me to every participant at the boardroom. You get a free game to make your stay here at Origins even more enjoyable. We also have an award that we give out called the Chairman of the Board. It goes to the person who wins the most games while here in the boardroom. Tom Vasel is an ex-chairman of the board. He's trying very hard to regain that title, but it looks doubtful.
Yeah. How would you compare so far today compared to previous years?
We are up in attendance. We've had about 450 people show up today and claim their games. And as you can see around the room, this is up for Wednesday. Definitely up over last year.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
And that wraps up Wednesday. Lots more coming tomorrow. The exhibition hall opens. It's going to be exciting. Stay tuned. We'll show you then.
Thanks for joining us today. For more written, audio, and video reviews, as well as the #1 board game podcast, check out the website at www.thedicetower.com. Until then, this is Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.